Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. Today I'm going to present my book. Why did you choose this book? I chose this novel because it is an English romanticism, but to focus on the period of the book, it is set in the Georgian period and above all, it uses simple and straightforward facts. Okay. In this occasion, the misadventures of the sisters Eleanor, Marianne, and Margaret Dashwood that after the death of their father, all the patrimony passes to the only male, John Dashwood. Being left out of the cast of the sisters, John initially wanted to help his half-sisters, but his wife, Fanny, did not agree to the deal, as she wanted to be the owner and mistress of their entire estate. After an almost unattainable situation, they prepared another place to live. That short time, Fanny's brother spent a few days in the family house and met Eleanor, with whom he fell in love. But he could not marry her, as he had to marry an upper class lady, since his fortune would depend on it. In view of the situation, Mrs. Dashwood and her daughters went to a nice house and rented it. One day, Marianne slips and sprains her ankle and is rescued by a handsome young man. His name is John Willoughby, who from that moment on never stops visiting and expressing his love for Marianne. In conclusion, the lives of these young women take a drastic turn, facing everything in front of them to defend what they believe in. This novel also highlights the courageous women in a classist world who firmly believe that wisdom and intelligence are above economic and social power. Finally, Marianne matures and decides to marry the colonel, although she feels more respect for him than passion. After marriage, however, she realizes that she truly loves him. She and the colonel settle near Eleanor and Edward, so that the sisters and their husbands can visit each other often. My opinion. However, the main feature of the novel is the analysis of the reactions and reflections of the human soul. The plot revolves around the contrast between Eleanor's good sense and Marianne's emotion. This has been the second book that I have read. The plot is calm, without shocks or tense situations or intense emotions, and faithful reflection of the rigid costumes of the Victorian era, the conventions, the situation of the women in that society, and the social relationships that could be uh, established on those that could not. In addition, the way Jane Austen writes leaves me more and more fascinated. Even though it's a book with a classic narrative, it is not difficult to understand. I must also say that the costumes were seen as an attraction for the ladies to highlight a difficult role. Model long, slender torsos, small waists, and wide hips, symbolizing fertility and motherhood. To aspire to this model, it was indispensable that they use pompous the dresses that enhance the desired silhouette. However, as times progressed and the industrial society acquired higher purchasing power, the costumes became more overloaded, since the fabrics, also called petticoats, could weigh up to 14 pounds, making it very difficult for those who wore them to move around. In fact, that's what I like most about this book. It's real. It's been more than 200 years since it was published, but the story is still real. Okay. Talking about the adaptations, the first one was the 1971. This is the first film version of the book, and all the main events of the novel are there and portrayed very well, despite the low quality and of this production also boasts some effective costumes and use color well. Mm, the movie, I really recommend to watch the movie. It has a lot of great actors like Kate Winslet, Emma Thompson, and Alan Rickman, and many more. As for the script, it is almost perfect. It makes omissions and you have some additions. However, it stays true to the play. 2016. In the Q3 theater, the version says it's well cast, visually beautifully costumed production of a new adaptation. One of the John Austen's novels is delightful concoction, and it's firmly set in period but updated to our time in terms of uh, thematic emphasis and slope. So thank you for watching. I hope you like it. See you soon. Bye.